I start off like that because one of the things that I'm always seeing is like repeated over and over and over is like, oh, niggas always love to give the so-called enemy the greatest highlight reel ever. Like, yo, look at what they can do. Look at how powerful they are. Look at how great they are. Look at how they're always dominating. Like, look at how they mind control you with the music. Look at how they mind control you with the movies. Look at how they do this. Look at how they do that. So, all right, cool. At one point, are you going to use your power to do some shit for yourself or do some shit to yourself? Are you all, it's like, is niggas only going to talk about what they do? If you understand, and I hope you understand if you're going to be saying it over and over, because the difference between knowing and understanding. If you understand that you can be mind controlled with music, then why aren't you doing it to yourself? If you understand that your thoughts dictate your reality, that your mind makes up your reality, and if you didn't understand that, then you need to know right now. Your thoughts and your mind dictate your reality. So if we're aware that let's say the CIA, right, will make rap music a certain way to mind control people and send them to jail. If rap music, if drill music has the power to mind control someone and send them to jail, then that means that same rap music should have the power to mind control you and do other things, right? Those same movies should have the power to mind control you and do other things, right? But do niggas even think this way? I don't even think it's natural for niggas to think this way. I think niggas is just like, okay, well, it's just like I just have to constantly keep track of their scoreboard. Like, oh, they mind controlled another nigga. Like, okay, once you understand that that's how it works, then why aren't you doing it to yourself? Why aren't you listening to a playlist every single day? Like if the radio controls your mind, and that's why they play the same songs over and over, then why aren't you playing the same songs over and over to control your mind? Why aren't you watching certain movies to mind control yourself? Why aren't you doing these things? Do you even have control over your mind yet? You can't if your traumas are still affecting you. You know what I'm saying? So you need to mind control yourself. I did a consultation with someone before, and they told me how they put a love spell on themselves, and I thought that was so genius. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people could do that. A lot of people could use that. You need to do mind control on yourself. You should have a playlist that's gonna make you think that you rich. If the music can make a nigga think he a gangster, then why can't the music make you think that you rich and feel rich? If it can alter your cells and DNA and all of that, then why aren't you purposefully intentionally doing that? Why are you just posting about it every day? Why aren't you doing it for yourself? Why ain't none of you niggas doing no super shit to improve yourself? You know what I'm saying? Niggas is just complaining. I'm sick of seeing the complaining. I don't know, maybe because I wasn't raised to complain and my cousins would just smack me up. I'm just sick of this shit. I'm sick of seeing complaining. From a regular everyday person, I can understand. But once you become like the college version of being like a 400 level astrologist or a 400 level tarot reader or a meditator or yoga, like I expect something different out of you than the everyday nigga. Cause what the fuck is you studying this shit for? As a hobby? On the side? What do you think the spiritual journey is? Nigga, you supposed to be using all of this shit to improve your life. If your life ain't getting better, you doing something wrong. It ain't about making the world better. Fuck the world. It's your world that you need to make better. You know how mad I used to be as a kid in the house, crying out for help, and nobody would help me. But then these niggas would be on the news watching strangers. We don't even know if these stories are real. Watching strangers and having mad sympathy and shit. I feel like a lot of people do that to themselves. It's like you need to be helping yourself and you worried about how kids are potentially being mind controlled. You don't have, unless it's your kids, you don't have time to put your mind over there on their scoreboard and what they're winning. We start winning when you better yourself. When 10 niggas is talking about, yo, I was like this and now I'm like this. When just 10 niggas is talking like that, we score big. Every time you work on yourself and improve yourself and you just go more and more internally, we score as a whole people. You don't understand the work that we do benefits others. You as a so-called conscious person, if you consider yourself to be that, the shit that you are studying, the work that you are doing is benefiting thousands of people. Why do you think astrology and shit like that is becoming more and more common? You're seeing the average everyday girl, even men have the big three in their bio. Why do you think that? It's because the astro girls that are going so hard, and them going so hard. When I say the astro girl, I'm saying like the girls I follow on Twitter, even the ones with small accounts. Them going so hard are the reason why people across the world, like someone in New York studying this shit all day, tweeting about the transits, posting about it, is benefiting someone in California who doesn't even follow her on Twitter because of the quantum field. So it's almost like once you get to a certain point, it's your duty to better yourself because that's how you're gonna really make that do that help that you're trying to do. And back to the mind control shit, because I'm going on a tangent. But I'll be seeing this shit and be pissing me off. I ain't gonna lie. Um, you need to be making playlists to mind control yourself. If you grew up like me, I grew up in an abusive household. And I really and truly have only seen like one genuine happy black couple in my whole life. Where I was like, yo, these is two melanated people. Like I've seen Spanish ones, and I consider them as niggas, but you know, some people don't. I've seen like Spanish couples be lovey dovey. But as far like I've and don't get me wrong, like my mom is married. I know a lot of married people because you know, for everyone, as long as everyone's goal is just be married and stay together and this and that. But I've only seen one. Like one girl I dated, her parents were like fresh out of a movie. So personally, I don't really know what that's like. But because I grew up in an abusive household, because I grew up like in the hood or quote unquote whatever, before I knew the science of mind control of myself, or that movies put you on mind control and stuff, I used to naturally only watch comedy movies. Like a lot of black movies I've never really seen. Like I've never seen The Best Man. Like I was never interested in that shit. I'm like, it looks like it's drama. Like there was so much drama in my life. There was like I always just wanted to laugh. And what you're gonna have to the things that you need to do is like if you don't if you've never seen no good examples of a relationship, and even if you did, if you haven't experienced one as an adult, instead of watching the shit that you see on Zeus, instead of watching Chris Sean and Blueface, you should be following couple pages and all they're doing is even if it's fake, all they're doing is loving each other. All they're doing is bringing your mind should be filled with that. Your timeline, you should be following like 10 black couples pages until you've seen it so much you can believe that something like that is possible for you. That's the type of shit that you should be doing. Instead of you seeing Blueface and Krishan and these motherfuckers, and you reacted to it, and you saying this is bad for the black community, this is no, 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 no. You're not even supposed to give that your energy and attention. You're supposed to mute that. You're supposed to change that channel, and you're supposed to tune in to motherfuckers loving each other. Because if that's what you want, if that's what you want to bring in your reality, that's what you need to be thinking about. That's what you need to be aligning yourself with. If you don't want to be in a wild, heated, abusive, Blueface type Krishan shit, you shouldn't be watching shit like that. You should make it delusional. Like, damn, you should just be reading shit like, damn, more people is getting married. Even if it's not true, make it true. That's the power you have. It's like even if it's not true, make it true in your mind. So now it's true. And you might have to run that back a couple times if that doesn't make any sense. That's how powerful the mind is. It can make something you can look it up. There's people they've done like hypnotherapy of them and given on them and given them memories that they never had before. This is the type of shit and removing memories that they did have. So this is the type of shit that you need to be doing to yourself. You need to be constantly mind controlling yourself, constantly putting spells on yourself. Not even in the ritualistic way, burning a candle, cutting a goat's head off, whatever you do in the dark when you're getting in your bag. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about even just like the basic shit like music, movies, and your timeline. Every single time something pops up on your timeline that you don't want in your reality, mute that shit. Unfollow that motherfucker if you have to. Or mute them if you don't want to. Oh, I know them since high school. I don't really want to unfollow them, but mute that motherfucker. I've been doing that more and more. If a motherfucker come on your timeline, they talk about men and women cheating, mute them. If they talk about how bitches ain't shit, mute them. If they talk about how men ain't shit, mute them. Do you want ain't shit, man? Do you want bitches that ain't shit in your reality? No. So you don't pay attention to that. You know what you follow? The motherfucker that's like, man, so me and my wife, we just been together 5, 10 years. Like this shit, loving this shit. Even if he's lying, you want to make it real in your mind. You want to make it something that you think is possible. Because the only thing that dictates your reality is your thoughts and your feelings and and how you vibrating on. That's what you magnetize it in. When I was younger, before I realized I had abandonment issues, when I was younger, I used to like what you would call crazy girls, right? But I didn't like her being crazy was me subconsciously wanting someone that I know wouldn't leave me, or me subconsciously wanting someone that was like always want to acknowledge me or always like really show intense or like passion, like, oh, I really care about you. Like, even if it's like, oh, you try to leave me, I'm gonna stab my tires. It's like, damn, look at how this person will go to this length versus like, you grow up, your own family don't want you. Nobody don't want you around and shit. It's like, so it's like subconsciously, I'm on a level where it's like I want to have somebody that I can't get rid of or doesn't want to get rid of me. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I manifested having that kind of partner or having or dating that type of person. A lot of people we do a lot of these things like this. You know what I'm saying? So when you become aware of that in shadow work, that's when you say, okay, well now I need to mind control the opposite. I need to mind control that I am loved. I need to mind control that I'll never be alone. I need to mind control, like, you know what I'm saying? I need to mind control that I'm wanted. So I don't so I don't need to be with someone so extreme. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's how you start to become a solutionist. You know what I'm saying? And it is imperative, it was one of them words, it's imperative that you are mind controlling yourself every day. Even if it's just listening to, okay, record yourself. I do this. I go to sleep to this every night. Record yourself with your affirmations and listen to it. Listen to it throughout the day. Listen to it when you're driving. Listen to it when you're just randomly walking, and listen to it because you have to do stuff like that to make up for all the times when you was in the house and your mom was talking to you crazy, your dad was talking to you crazy. You was in school, they was calling you big forehead and big lips and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to have like you need to flip that. You need to that puts you under a mind control where now you don't feel confident. So now you need the opposite. You need some affirmations that say, I got beautiful lips. I got beauty. You know what I'm saying? And this shit will change your DNA. This shit will change how you look. This is this is how powerful the mind is. You know what I'm saying? Like you you can literally imagine yourself into a new body. But this ain't the video for that. I'm trying to put this shit out there because I'm feeling like there's not enough people talking about things that we could be doing in solution ways. It's just giving these niggas scoreboard or talking about what they doing. Fuck what they doing. Worry about yourself and get your reality in order. You know what I'm saying? Get your reality in order. Start mind controlling yourself. You need to have a music playlist. You need to have a movie set list. And your timeline needs to reflect what you want to come into your life. One of the reasons why sometimes it's hard for me to get off of Twitter is because I'm a ninth houser. So I just love researching for my astrology people. And it's like I have made my timelines just constant information because I just want to be learning. If I'm okay, see, this is the difference between me and you. I I'm a product of the social media generation. You know what I'm saying? I'm a product of, we starting off with flip phones and little gadgets and shit. So it's like, even though I'm not an iPad baby, I'm almost that. I'm the thing right before that. I'm a PSP kid. I'm a Game Boy kid. I've always had these devices in my hand. I'm mind controlled by it, yes. So I'm going to, instead of dwelling on that or saying, yeah, I'm gonna post one of them pictures where it's like Twitter is a pill and Instagram is a pill, and it's like these things are addicting. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make my timeline of use. If I'm gonna look at my screen time and be disgusted in myself, like, damn, I spent 2 hours a day on Twitter. That's disgusting. At least when I was on there the whole time, I was learning. I follow so many other researchers that I'm constantly learning. I'm learning new things. I'm seeing positive quotes. Every days where my day is fucked up, and because I follow so many law of attraction pages and law of assumption and shit, they'll post something that reminds me that, like, feeling is how you get to your ideal reality, and my mind snaps and it changes immediately. So these are the things I'm talking about when I'm be like, become a solutionist. You know what I'm saying? Fix your problems. If social media addiction was going to be a problem, it's like, okay, I somewhat fixed it. Obviously, I don't even want to be on Twitter for 2 hours. I don't want to be on there at all. But I'm a young person. I got to share my information. Well, I'm trying to share my information. No, I'm a young person. I'm sharing my information. I got to be on social media because I can't just be in the street screaming this. I grew up with it. I'm not going to be afraid of it. I'm going to use it as a tool. I learned so much from TikTok. I learned so much, and it took me so long to download it, being like, oh, I don't want this on my phone. I don't want to be addicted to it. But the only thing that's addicted is that I can learn so much in such a short amount of time. Sometimes I gotta relax. You know what I'm saying? I try to find like the positive. It's like if I'm gonna be addicted to this phone, which I'm not saying I am, I'm gonna find some positive out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I'm thinking now. And I suggest you do the same if you're trying to better your life or you're trying to, get to a better place in life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna close this video out with saying mind control yourself. Every single time you find out about some new mind control that they did or someone did or a mind control technique, like, oh, did you know that in this movie they put this, and this as a subliminal message? Then you need to figure out how the fuck you could give yourself a subliminal message, nigga. Okay? You need to start giving yourself some fucking subliminal messages. Put I'm gonna be rich or I'm rich and staple that shit somewhere where you can see it but forgot about it. So it's like if you gotta put it above like on your ceiling, so like when you first open up your eyes and you wake up, you see I'm rich, and then to the point where it just gets stuck in your subconscious or something, whatever you gotta do, you need to fucking mind control yourself. You need to work on your traumas to even begin to get control of your mind because if you don't, your shadow will just let loose. So you need to get that part of you in control first. You need to work, and it's not like you just go watch my videos or just read some books or whatever and be like, okay, my trauma's gone. It's not like that type of thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might listen to some of my videos and be like, damn, this nigga is breaking down trauma eloquently, if you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And I still got to deal with this stuff on a day to day. I still got to I still catch myself in moments, like I just said. So it's like it's not gonna happen overnight, but me working on it, I can say I've gained more control over my mind. So that's just what I want for you. I want every nigga, like I said, I tweet this all the time. If if I want to be known for something, I want to be the nigga that niggas was listening to, and they start driving Porsches and shit because they manifested it. They was like, "Yo, this shit is crazy." I went to the dealership, and they were just giving this shit away. It was like $20,000. I was about to buy a Honda, but the Porsche was just there. I did all the things to put it in my subconscious. I guess it worked. Like, I guess you know what I'm saying. Like I want to be known for that. Like niggas is like, yo, I never thought. I thought because I had these kids, I just had to settle for this fucked up life. And it's like, damn, now I'm driving. Now me and my kids, I'm like the hot soccer mom. Like I want to hear shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like to know that people are down bad or feeling bad and stuff. I want people to all be in a place of power, living in their ideal life. You know what I'm saying? So start mind controlling yourself. You need to put as much. I know you got to work. I know you got to run your business. I know you got to do certain things. But let's say your ideal reality is being in a reality where you're like traveling and you're getting paid, but you don't know how that's going to work. But that's where you want to be. You need to put all of your excess energy into figuring that out. It starts with a Google search. You can how do I get paid traveling? But before you Google search, ask yourself that. Ask yourself that and wait for the internal guidance. See if that aligns with what you're here to do. Not everybody is on some crazy mission where they got to be bound in a set of boxes, by the way. You know what I'm saying? But see if that aligns. You know what I'm saying? Ask yourself. Wait for the signs. Oh, where should I? I want to move. I want to move somewhere warm, but I don't really know where to go, how to go about it. What should I do? You ask yourself. And next thing you know, you drive, you like, damn, it's like the fourth Arizona plate I seen today. I live in Michigan. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck all these niggas doing in Arizona? That's your sign. Nigga, go to Arizona. That's where you're supposed to go. That's the shit you start looking for. When you ignoring it and you don't notice, it'll start to get louder. It'll be like you'll be watching TV and it'll be like, hey, go to Arizona. Like, a character will say some shit like that until it just gets louder and louder until you start picking up on the clues. But that's how you go about it. You want to buy anything you want to do. You want to buy a house, like I said in my last video. You don't go and look at the job market. You ask yourself. And then you begin to mind control yourself to convince yourself that you already have a house. Become a scientist. Become a solutionist. You are more powerful than you think. And yeah, that's it. I feel like I was ranting or yelling, but that's it.